So, hi friends, welcome to Code Explorer. Here I am Pavitra Banerjee with you, and you are watching this video as a part of our front-end projects playlist. So, in this tutorial series, we have taken initiative to build front-end projects to enhance your resume, right? So, we have already built a tic-tac-toe game, PMI calculator, image search application, and we have built an memory game, and we have used the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to build this. So in this video today we will build a new project for your resume. So let's start that. What can we build today? So as you can see that now I am inside my portfolio website right now, and when you will come here, here I will got the my project section here. When I will tap on it, you can see that maybe my internet connection is slow today. Okay, so now you can see that I am inside my project page, right? And if you scroll down here, you can see an browser. Okay, so today we will build these types of browser. As you can see that here inside this we have our total portfolio website. Here we have, so if I enter URL here, so let's suppose my uh, blogging website here, and if I hit run button, there you can see that I am inside my portfolio, my blogging website right now. Okay, so how we can build these types of web browser using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Today we will learn that. Okay, so to do that I have to go back to my desktop. Here I have my content folder. I have made this folder totally dedicated to this playlist. So I will simply tap on it and I will open it with our VS Code. And now I will go to the file section here. I will simply drop this, and I will also cut this also. And here inside my front end projects, I will make a new folder called browser. Okay, then I will hit enter. As you can see that my browser folder has been created successfully. Now I will tap on it and I will create a new file inside it. One is index.html. basically this will be our HTML full file for our browser. Then we need an style.css, and we need a JavaScript file too. So I will simply create script.js. Okay, so now let's move to our HTML file first, and for now I will collapse this because I don't need this right now. So as you know that when we use a VS Code and we write HTML code, so we have an image abbreviation option which is shift+1, and when we will hit enter, it will create the basic boilerplate of an HTML file. So I will simply rename this title browser. Okay, and now I want to go live. That means using our live server extension. Okay, as you can see that now we have created our browser web page and we have not written any code here, so it is blank right now. So I will simply open this like that. Okay, and now let's take a look here what we have basically inside our browser. So as you can see that inside our browser we have an toolbar section here and we have an canvas here. Basically this is an iframe maze, right? So let's build this. So what will I do? uh, we have to make this responsive. As you can see that this browser is totally responsive, so we have to build this responsive. So we will use basically the bootstrap to make this responsive. So for best practices, I will terminate this meta tags also using slash. Then I have to link the style sheet for our bootstrap. So the bootstraps link I will use is https slash double slash then cdnjs dot cloudflare.com slash ajax libraries labs. Then we have to use the bootstrap, so we will type twitter bootstrap, then slash the version will be 4.6.1 slash css slash slash bootstrap min.css bootstrap min.css. So our this is our bootstrap cdn link for this project, which is css link. So I will simply try to open this and let's see if this url we have typed correct. Yes, you can see that the url we have typed is correct. Here the all things required things is defined here, so I will simply close it. And I need this uh, again because I have to add the font awesome icons also, because as you can see that these are font awesome icons, so something there. So I will use font awesome icons. So link will be same, then font awesome 5.15.3 version we will use, which will be a css file. So all min.css. I will check this link also. I will hover on it and I will follow link and I will try to open this. So as you can see that the font awesome icons has been successfully integrated to our project. So I will simply close this, and now I will have to link our style sheet also. So link style.css. I will use this here. So the header portion work may be complete. So now as you know that we can start our body tag right now. So to do that, as you know that we are using the bootstrap to make this totally responsive, so we have to use a bootstrap class which is container fluid we have to use. Inside this we have to use the row of as a div, as a bootstrap class, and inside this div we want to use the 12th column right now. So I will simply write call 12. So now we can start building our project right now. So as you can see that here we have 5 elements, 1 2 3, and input section 4 and one more button 5. So I have to simply do this. So I want to create another div here, mm, which will be our browser. So let this call browser, and here I want to create this toolbar. So I want to create another div here inside this browser. So to do that, I want to give it a class name as toolbar. So I will simply write this, and now I want to add this. Okay, so these are buttons you can see. Okay, so I will simply type button and I have to give it a class name. Class names will be bootstrap class, so btn, and I want to give it an btn primary also, btn primary, and I want to give it a class name of btn sm also, because we need these are small buttons. So how much buttons we need? Basically we need 4 buttons, right? So what I do, I will simply copy this and I will paste it for 4 times. I have to remove this slash here. So as you can see that this is going to back. This button is used to go back, so I have to maintain this. So I want to give it a class id name. Basically, let's suppose id will be, let's suppose, back. Okay, and here we need another, so I will give it, and it is going to forward, so I want to give it an id name. Let's suppose it will be forward, and we need another button here. So this is basically, you can see that this is basically used for refreshing our page. So we will give it a class name, id name. Basically id will be, let's suppose, refresh, and we need a input section here, so I will have to create a space for input here. I will give it a space that I can remember, and we have another button which will be for uh, when we will give it any link and it will go. So I will give it a class id name of, let's suppose, go. Id will be go for it. Okay, so what we have to do now, we have to insert this button icon. So what will we do? We have to use the I tag for it. Inside this I, we have to give it a class. So class will be for our back, it is a phantasm icon. So for then we have to give it it is an arrow which is going back. So back, I have to give it. This is not displaying. We will check it. Okay, now copy the whole I tag that is used to give any icon. So now we have to give it, basically it is right, and this is left, sorry, the name of these was left. Okay, yes, you can see that this is now working also. So now I have to give this here, which is not back. This is basically was refresh. So the name of this was this sync. No, this is not an arrow, this is only sync. Okay, you can see that it has come, and I want to copy this again, and I have to paste it here. Sorry. So these are now working. You can see that we have successfully brought our buttons here according to this. Okay, so now we have to create this input section here. So now create it. And so here I will create an input, so it will be basically for text, and we have to give it some bootstrap classes, which will be, let's suppose, home control. Okay, have to give this home control small. We have to from control SM. Okay, we will fix this later. We can fix this. Now I have to give it an ID name for this. So for this I want to give it an ID name. Let's suppose URL, because I will have to put an URL here, and I want to give it a placeholder. So placeholder will be enter your URL. Okay, I think this is looking great now. So now what we can do? Now we have to create an section here which where we can display the required the canvas. So I will use iframe tag. So it is our tip. So after this we have to create, let's suppose I want to create an content. So content, so it will create a div tag, and here inside this we have to create an iframe tag. So I will use the iframe tag, and the src will be, we have to give it basically, let's suppose blank. Frame border, we don't want this, we want to give it an id. So id will be, let's suppose iframe. Okay, we will fix this using our css. So I think this is the structure of this is complete right now, right? We don't need anything here now. So I will simply once format this. So this is perfect. So I think we have successfully created our HTML basic structure of this page. Now I will move to our style.css file, which is for to style our CSS file. So simply move upon it. So now what I want an global styling. So global styling, let's suppose box sizing, it will be border box. Okay, now for our this HTML and body, we want something for our HTML tag, and for our body tag we want an styling which is margin equals to 0, and we will set our padding equals to also 0. Okay, and I want to give it a height of 100%. Let's suppose it is 100%. Okay, okay, so let me give it comments here, because so I want to give it a comment, general styles. Okay, now we have to create our, we have to style our these uh, browser. We have to, because we have to style our browser right now. So I will style this. So I will comment browser style. Here inside this browser, what we have a class named browser. So I will target this browser. No, it is browser right now. So browser. So what we will want, I want an border here which will be, let's suppose 1 pixel solid, and the color will be, let's suppose this is, okay, I think you can see it here. Okay, so now what I want, basically I want to give it a height of, let's suppose it will be 100%. I want to make this display as flex. I want this display as flex. Okay, and I want to keep the flex direction as column. Okay, okay. Now inside the browser we have toolbar and content. Okay, so let's target this content first. Content first. No, we have to target our first. We will target our toolbar. Toolbar style. So what we have inside our toolbar? So inside our toolbar we have a class name called toolbar. So I will target this. So dot toolbar, and the toolbar will be the display will be flex for this also. As you can see, this is now perfect. Mm, I want the align items as center. Okay, now I want to give it an background color. What wrong with this? Background color, let's suppose it will be red. I want to target this right now, so I will. So what wrong with it? Oh, sorry, I was not terminated it yet. So as you can see that we don't want this. I will use this. Okay, so it's perfect right now, I think. So now what I want an padding here. Let's suppose padding will be 5 pixels for each. And what I want, mm, will it work? Margin right, let's suppose 3 pixels. No, this will not work here, so I will have to target this later. I will target it later. So now I will start style this input section here. Okay, so let's input this, style this. So toolbar, and inside the toolbar we have an input, and the type of our input is type equals to text. So we have to target this. So when I will target this, I want to give it a text value of 1. Let's suppose text will be 1, and I want to give it a margin right of 5 pixel. Okay, okay, it's perfect right now. mm, Now I want to give some classes name here into our buttons. So let's suppose it will be right, 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 and here also I want to give right. So if we want, so I don't didn't need this here, and I don't also here. So I will style this. So dot right, we have to target this. Dot right will be nothing but as a margin right of 3 pixels. Okay, what the mistake I have done? Sorry, I have to give this also right. Now this is perfect. Okay, so now we have made this perfect. Here you can type anything. If you hit this, it will happen nothing because nothing is going on with it. Okay, so now this is perfect, right? So now I want to target our buttons. I have to target our buttons. So let's suppose, so I will give it an button styles. So button styles will be nothing but first I want to target our btn, and btn I want to give it an border radius of 0. Sorry, 0. Okay, this will also come here. Okay, now I want to target our button primary. So our button primary will be taking a background color. What color can we give it? Let's suppose it is coral. Okay, and we want to give the border color as same, so let's suppose, no, I want to give something crazy. Here I want to make something crazy, so our this will be, let's suppose this will be dark gray. Okay, okay, now this is looking great, not so bad. I give this coral color because I have give the background color here, so it's matches it. Okay, so now I want to target the button primary active, the active button primary. So this will be a background color of dark golden rod, let's suppose. Now this will be, let's suppose, on hover I'm changing this color to this. No, this is not great. I will give this color to this. What if, and this is not so good also. Okay, so let's see. uh, okay, now this is perfect for me. Okay, so and the border color I want to change is also, where is our border color? So border color I want as crimson on hover. On hover, this is crimson. Okay, it's perfect right now. Okay, so uh, I have targeted this. Now I have to fix this content, right? This was our content, I think. Yes, this is our content and item. I have to target this. So let's suppose content, content styles, and the content styles will be, let's suppose we have target our content class for this. So content class will be, let's suppose I want to give it a of flex value of 1, and I want to give it an height also. The height will be, let's suppose, nothing but 100%. Okay, now what we want, and now I have to target our iframe styles. So what will I do? I have to target directly iframe. I will target this like iframe, and the iframe will be with 100%. It will take 100% width. Now it's perfect, and it will take an height of, let's suppose it will be 100 ph. Okay, now this is perfect, and I don't want any border here, so border will be none. We don't want any border, so border will be none. Okay, so this is perfect now. So I think we have made the basic structure of our browser, right? So let me show you how it is seeing here. Okay, this is looking great here also. Now what we want, we have to make it fully functional, so I will use JavaScript to do so. So now I have to target our JavaScript. So before going to JavaScript, I have to use this uh, link, because we want to add some JavaScript CDN link also inside our project. So I will use script src. Src will be this, then it will come to, let's suppose this is uh, for jQuery dot version will be, I think, 3.6.0. jQuery dot main dot js. I think this is the link we required. Okay, we don't need to terminate this, so I will simply open this link. Let's see. Okay, I have added a perfect link, and I have to add another here. So script src will be same libraries. Then we have to our twitter bootstrap. Then our version is 4.6.1. We're using the same version for JavaScript CSS also. So then JS, then bootstrap min.js. I think this is the link is also perfect, so I have to check it once before use it. So as you can see, the CDN link is perfect, so I will simply close this, and I will close this also. Okay, now we have to add our custom JavaScript, which will be write. So script src will be script.js. I think this is perfect now. So now we will start writing our javascript code. So here now what will we do? First we will declare a variable which will start the execution of the code after the loading of the web page. Okay, so I will simply use this dollar sign. You know that it is used to declare any variable, so I will declare a variable which is our document. So after document we want the uh, we want to make it ready, and then we want to declare this function. So this is giving me perfectly. So what will I have to do? Now I will write the function. So first let me see that we have already defined this iframe function, right? Iframe as an id. So I will simply let iframe iframe will be a variable which will take the variable which is our iframe. So I have given an id name, so I will use this an id. So id will be iframe. We have already defined that iframe id. So now we have this iframe will select the html element which we have already defined inside of our html folder, and it represents the iframe element which will be used to display our web page. Okay, now what will you do? We have to target our user input. So what I have given this name, let me see. Okay, so as you can see that we have given an id name of url, so I will simply use this. So let I will use this let url input equals to is an also an variable. So the variable is an id url inside of our html folder. Okay, so this is our url input. Now we have to define a function which will be responsible to load the web page as per our user input. Okay, so now I want to create that function. Okay, let me write a comment. This function will load the url. Okay, so now I want to create a function here. So function uh, load url. Let's suppose load url. I want to give it a name there like that, and it will take a parameter of url. The parameter url, and this will check first. What will this check? So what I can do? So if I think I have not terminated it yet. So the function I have to terminate it. Okay, now this is ready. Okay, so now what I want to check that if this url input given by our user is empty or not. Okay, so I want to check this. So if no url, if no url, then I want to pass this match. Then we have to check that there if there any HTTP or HTTPS not. So no, I don't want like this. I want this HTTP or logical or HTTPS if there are any, then we want to pass this I here. Then we want, I am making something wrong. I have to terminate this. Okay. So this will basically if we have to check if the URL does not start with HTTP or HTTPS, HTTP or HTTP, HTTP or HTTPS. Then what we want to add the HTTPS basically to our URL. Okay, so at that time we want to that URL will be uh, HTTPS plus URL. Yes, I want this. I want to format this first. Okay, okay. So this will be uh, okay. So now I want, as you can remind, that we have left this iframe src as an empty, so we have to pass the src there. So how we can do that? So we will simply use the iframe attribute, iframe attribute as src as URL. Okay, we will pass the URL as our src, as our source into this iframe. Okay, we want to pass this like that. Okay, now I want to load a by default things what I want. So I want to call the load URL function. So load URL function will take an parameter which will basically, let's suppose by default I want to give it my portfolio website link. Pubitra Banerjee dot news google.org. As you can see that this is now looking like a comment, so we have to use this backslash to make it perfect. What's wrong with you, bro? I don't want this. And this will be an string. Okay, so this is a string. So what if now if we try to load our browser, this is not working. Okay, I have made a wrong here, so I have to give this to this. The load URL function is not working yet. Okay, so we will define this later. Okay, URL input, we have to first define this. This is not required here. This is I will put here. Now let's check that what is wrong with this now. I think I have made something wrong here, so I have to terminate this here. Now I will format the document, and as you can see that my portfolio website is showing here. Okay, so this is now can able to fetch this. What if that I will not add this HTTPS here? Let me check once. So it is also adding the HTTPS by default with my page when I will removing this. So I think this is going right. Now I have to move to the next step, that we have to make these clickable. We have to make these buttons clickable, right? So what can I do here? I will define another variable which will be taking the go button. Basically I will target the go button here. So go button, I want this as a variable, but first I want to make it clickable, and I want to pass a function here. So function will be an parameter, and here I have to close this. Okay, what's wrong with this also? Private identifiers are not allowed outside class or bodies. What? What's the problem? Okay, let me fix this fast. Oh, I have to make this a string. I have not made this. Sorry, this was the problem. Okay, now I want that the URL input, basically this should take the value of URL from the user input, right? So let's suppose I want to define another variable. Let URL will be the URL input, and it will take the value of this. So I want to pass the value here. Okay, so now this is good, this is looking good. So now I want that this should check that if we pass any non-empty value here there, and then it will should start it can pass the value to our uh, to our load URL button, right? Load URL function. I want this. So what I can check, so first I will check that if our URL is there at the time, load URL should take the URL as value. Okay, I think this is good. So let me check once. What if I pass this value and then I click here, and as you can see that this is not working. Okay, so okay, and I want to check this also like that. This is basically now active, so I want to change the CSS file here. Where is our button primary footer? Here I want to pass another value which is btn primary dot active. Okay, So let's check. Okay, this is still taking like this. So what can I do here? uh, we have another value there, so that was maybe toggle downward, right? I think so. I have to pass the so, which is an button primary drop down toggle. I want this value drop down toggle, right? Okay, so now let's check this. This still this. Why why mean why? Okay, let it be like that. It was as previous. You don't want this. This is not working for now. I will fix this later. Okay, not a big deal. We can fix this. So now what if I want to, okay, let me check that what if we go to a link. So as you can see, this can also be able to read the links. And what if that I want to go to google.com. Google.com. So what if, okay, google.com refused to connect. Okay, because I don't have any authentication here on my browser, so google.com will not connect with it. Okay, I don't need this. uh, I have my rockstar.blogspot.com. So I will click on it, and you can see that this is working perfectly. Okay, so I don't need to uh, okay, now I should focus here. So I have completed this go button. So now what I have to do, now I have to fix those I have to check that when I have to click any, when I will hit enter button, it should take the value to the go button. Okay, so now I will make this. So what can I do? I want uh, that URL input. When the URL input is on key press, it should take a function here inside it, and inside the function it will take an event here. So I want to add an event here. Then I want to close this first, and after this I want to create like this. So in which keyword we should, in which key code you should uh, uh, perform this button link. So this is basically we should hit enter. Okay, I will hit enter. So I will check that if our event dot which is, which value will be 13 at that time, it should perform the go variable on click. The go variable, yes, it is suggesting perfect. So the go variable should be clicked as function. So right. Okay, let's check once that this is working or not. Enter. As you can see that this is working now. It is why, because as you know, that 13 is the key code of our enter button. Okay, otherwise what we want, otherwise I want to return false. I want to return false with it. Okay, okay, now I have to make these three buttons clickable, right? Okay, so let's do it. So let me give a comment here. So comment will be for go button. Here I want another which is for, let's suppose first I want the back button. Can you remember what is our back? Basically we have defined this id name back here. Back, forward, refresh and go, we have defined them. Four buttons we have now. So we have already defined this go button, so now we have to define these three. So first we have our back button, then we have our forward button, then we have our refresh button. So I will maintain this sequence also. So what if I do, I will simply uh, define a variable which will take the yes, yeah, this is suggesting it perfectly. Yes, as you can see that this is nothing but this is taking this variable name here, and I have to give this and this and this. Okay, and inside this we have to use the history to back. So history is defined inside of our browse, well, and then we want back method to go back. Okay, so I think this should now work. So let's check one. So hit enter, I will hit enter to check that this is working or not. Okay, as you can see that this is working perfectly. So what if now I want to go back? So I will simply tap on this back button and you can see that I am now in back. Okay, so this is working perfectly, I think. So now I will simply copy these. I will not I want to write it again. So I want to for our forward button right now. For forward button I want to write it. So control V, and for the forward button I have to click this as forward, as you can see, and we want to go to now forward, which is an also an method. Okay, so let's check one. I will hit this. Okay, so as you can see that we can go to our blogging site from this. So now I will go to here, and we have now inside our previous page, that means our back button is working. So now I have to check that our forward button is working or not. And as you can see that our forward button is also working, that when we will go back, it will back to this website, and when we hit this is going towards this website. Okay, now what we have to want, we want to make our um, what button we want to target. Now we want to target this refresh button, right? Because this is not working yet. So I will simply comment refresh button, and the refresh button will also take a variable name which is basically refresh, and this will and what we want to when we refresh, basically we want to pass the src tag, src link to a new src link, the same attribute. So I will use this method. So I will use the iframe, and I will pass the attribute here to the src to a new src. Okay, So for me, I will simply write this, and then I have to pass this to a new src iframe attribute, and we have to pass this to our new src, as you can see. Okay, so let's check it once. So I will go to, let's suppose I am now going to my okay, I will go to code explorer website. So explore code.newsgoogle.org, and if I hit enter, you can see that now I am inside our code explorer website here, right? You can see this, that now we are inside our code explorer website. You can check this website, we have made this for you guys. So what if that if I want to refresh this page, so I will hit this refresh button, and now you can see that this is basically refreshing. You can see this because this is not like that. So let's check this square bubbles. Okay, so let's check it, and when I hit enter, you can see that they are missing. That means the page is successfully refreshing. I want to refresh this page once, and I want to come to my this portfolio website, and here you can see that when I will refresh this page, it will successfully refreshing. Okay, so I think our browser is now ready. Inside our browser we have another browser. This is perfect, right? Yes, this is crazy. Okay, so now what I want, uh, I want to give an let's suppose I want an a footer section also. So what will I do? I will simply go to my HTML folder here, and where I want to put this footer section inside our browser. So here I want to add another div. Here inside this div I want to create a footer, and in this side of this footer I want to write copyright. As you can see, this is suggesting me, so copyright and copy. Okay, let me first terminate this, because otherwise https slash copy.energy.newsgoogle.org, and then I have to close this, and inside this I want to create an span tag. Inside the span tag I want to write my name, Banerjee, and I want to write 2023 here. Okay, hope this is now working. So let's check it. I will simply scroll this. Okay, as you can see that this is now here. So what can I do? I want this as color, this background color what we have given here there. I want that property, so I will simply give it an class name. Class name will be, let's suppose, footer, and I have given this RGBA value there. So now I will come to my footer section. I will target this footer, and I want a background color, and the background color will be this. Okay, I want to copy this. Okay, and what I want an padding. So let's suppose padding will be 10 pixels from every side, and I want an text alignment. So text line will be center. I want an uh, let's suppose font size. Font size will be 30 pixel. Okay, let's check it once. 30 pixel is too much for this. Okay, 20 pixel. 20. What if we made it 20 pixel? Okay, it's perfect now. And we want, and what we want now. Okay, now I want to target my span tag. So as span tag, okay, we'll take the font family, which will be cursive, and it will take an color also. Color will be, as you know, crimson, and I want an font weight will be, let's suppose, 500. I think this would work. Yes, as you can see that this is now looking good, right? So let me check one. Should I increase this or decrease this? I want the pH as, let's suppose, 90, 85, 83. Okay, 84. Okay, now I think now I think this is perfect. What you will say? I think this is perfect. Perfectly, this is working. So I want to inspect this to say it's mobile. So I will go to like this, and I want to go to iPhone 12 Pro. Okay, I want to see it in 50%. Yes, as you can see that now this is looking great. And what if we touch there? Yes, we can touch this also. So I think we have successfully created our project. We have successfully created a web browser using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript only. Okay, so hope you guys have understood that how we can build these types of projects using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And if I would want to go to see my pages here, you can say that this is redirecting to my pages there. Basically, my internet connection is slow right now. I think that. This is why it is taking some time. Okay, simply go to this site I want to go. Okay, now this control of cut. What if I want to go to place news and facts website? So I will hit enter, and as you can see that I am now inside our news and facts website. This was another website created by us to write news regularly there, as you can see. And what if I want to go to github.com? Will GitHub allow us this? Okay, github.com refused to connect because the GitHub also requires authentication. Okay, just for now I want to post stackoverflow.com. Stack Overflow is also refusing to connect. Basically, those websites, those who uses any authentication system to web browsers, that will not allow us to directly uh, interact with. So this website will not allow us to interact with these browsers which we have created, but other websites you can directly access them. Okay, so let me show you one browser, one link. What link can you see? Okay, let me check. Best website design. Okay, let's check it. So okay, let's suppose that we want that to connect with ABP Live. abplive.com. Let's check it if it is allowing us to connect or not. Yes, as you can see that ABP Live is allowing us to connect, and you can access your ABP Live using this web browser, right? So you can use this browser, and you can create this browser, and you can basically create this browser, and you can update this in your GitHub repository also, and you can uh, you can give this as your own project in your resume. You can add this, and it will enhance your chance to uh, so shortlist your resume by the help of these types of projects. So as you know that we bring these types of projects every day for you guys. So hope you guys have understood this video and you guys have loved this. If you have got any value from it, then please hit the like button, and please share this video with your friends that they can also learn new things from this video. And please write down in the comment box that what types of projects we should bring next, so thus we can bring that types of project for you guys. So this is for today. We will see you in the next video. Till then, keep watching our channel and stay safe and happy coding.